Okay, so I'm at the Spurious Correlations website, and I want you to choose. You can. I would rather you did not choose one of these given relationships. And what you want to pay attention to is that this is not the scatter plot. This is a timeline for each variable. So let's go do something that's a little less weird. What is this? People who drowned by falling in a pool in films Nicolas Cage died in. Okay, how about cheese per capita cheese consumption, and number of people became tangled and died becoming tangled in bed sheets. So what I need to do is I can't talk about this and see that there's a positive association and and see how they tell me the correlation is 0.947, but that's not this graph. What they used is that data pair. So cheese consumed versus bed sheets tangled. So I would think that this is crazy, but that cheese consumed would explain people dying in their bed sheets. So I would put the cheese consumed as an X, the bed sheets tangling as Y, and I would write that as an ordered pair. Then I can do the same thing here. 30 would be X, 30.1 would be X, 456 would be Y, and you have to get these 9 or 10 data pairs or whatever they have, and then do your work with that. Okay, so I'm gonna go down here and pick my own. This is what I want you to do is create your own. So discover a correlation, and they have some different choices. I don't know. I'm feeling sunlight deprived right now. So let's see what happens here. And then I'm going to correlate that with, I don't know, sunlight in Vermont. How about that? And what's correlation with sunlight in Vermont? How about death caused by flood? Of course, that's probably nationwide. And here's my data set. See, they give me the datas right here, so I don't have to pull them off my graph. And I'm just going to copy those. They're telling me that these two variables have a correlation of 0.523, not wicked strong. And so I'm going to copy that, and that's what I'm going to put into a Google Docs sheet here, Drive. So I opened up a Google Sheet, and I just clicked once. I clicked once on the cell, and then I pasted this in. And then notice it's in rows, and I really want this in columns. So I just did new sheet. And so what I did is I should show you how to do this. So I selected that data, Control C. I went to a new sheet. Here, I'll do a new sheet. And then I did edit, paste special, and I transpose. And when you do a paste transpose, it switches rows to columns, and you'll see that. Okay, and looks like I have sunlight in Vermont and number of deaths. So I would say that sunlight would be the X variable, the explanatory variable, and deaths would be the response variable. So it's always good to make a graph of your data. In fact, one of the things I got to do is I'm going to insert a chart, and notice I selected it, and yeah, it's messing this up. Let's see if I can make this work better. There we go. So I just changed it to a scatter chart, a scatter plot, and look what it did. I'm seeing a fairly weak positive association. It doesn't look super linear. We could tweak our x-axis a little bit, though. I don't know if that'll help us anymore. So I'm going to leave that. That's going to be my scatter plot. And then to get the correlation, I'm going to come down here and write the word correlation for me. And I'm going to equals, start typing correlation. See how the Corel pops up? And then I'm going to get you in the habit of selecting your Y variable first, comma, then your X variable. And that agrees with that the spurious correlation gave me. Now I probably want to ask myself, is that statistically significant? So I'm going to open up that chart I gave you, and I have how many pieces of data? I have 12 pieces of data, so n is 12. If my correlation is 0.576, then it's statistically significant. If not, this one's not statistically significant. So even if we could make a case that the number of deaths by flood is dependent or can be explained by sunlight in Vermont, the correlation doesn't really hold up for that. Now, what are some lurking variables in here? Well, one lurking correlation, lurking association, or lurking variable I could see was the more sunlight we get in Vermont, the closer it is to summer. And if it's summertime, more people will be out. And maybe if there's a flood, I mean, there's going to be less snow in the summer, that's for sure. And if there's, notice I'm reaching here. And then, so there'd be more floods, more people out. Maybe if there's rain, they might be outside, get caught in a flood. So that's a lurking variable. Granted, kind of a lame one. Maybe the two variables you'll choose will be better. So go ahead and screen capture this, put it in a Canvas post. Maybe I should show you how to do that here. So I'm on a PC, folks. So I'm just gonna do a screen capture with this. Okay, I'm gonna save that. Yours will get saved. Yours will get saved in your download folder in your Chromebook. This is for Oxbow students. If I use this video for CCV, you know, you'll have to use your operating system. Let's see, first correlation example, and I'm to my hard on my desktop. Yeah, be nice if I spelled correlation right, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So if I come to Canvas, let's see, let's log on to Canvas. So I'm in Canvas, and I'm in the stat course, and I can click on a couple of ways you can find it. I'm going to go to modules, and this is that forum, the Spurious Correlations forum. And then what you're going to do is you're gonna make a new post, and I'm going to say sunlight in VT versus death by drowning. Okay, so I started my post. I'm going to embed an image. I'm going to go to Canvas. I'm going to upload a file. At least I think I'll be able to upload a file. I had to select my files folder. Then I'm going to upload a file. I put this on my desktop. It's going to be in your, here we go. And it uploads. And then it suggests the size, but you certainly can just leave it what's there unless it's too big. And so I got my scatter plot on, I've got the correlation there, and now I just need to, list, talk about statistically significant. I need to talk about some lurking variables.